What's going on, guys? SpiLLi again here today to bring you another mouse review. A little bit different though than what you're used to, because seeing as I think I've pretty much only done like competitive FPS style mice on my channel. Trying to think through what everything I've done, but I guess I've done one keyboard and a few other things. But so yeah, a little bit something new. I've had it for a while now. It's always been kind of just sitting here. Um, and I never really thought about doing a review of it because I pretty much solely play like Counter-Strike. I dabble in some other games now and then. Somebody actually commented that I should try out some like Quake or what's it called? Unreal Tournament, which I actually used to play a long time ago, but pretty funny. I could probably get into Quake because I'm from Dallas, Texas, and I still live not in Dallas, but I live real close. I live in a suburb. Um, which most of you that are big fans of Quake know that QuakeCon happens here. So yeah, I've been to that a few times. It's really cool. Maybe I'll give that game a shot. It's a super fast paced, really like flicky style game. Definitely need like really good aim, really good flick aim, which I actually am really good at. I'm definitely an aimer in Counter Strike. I'm trying to work on getting better, a lot better mechanically, but it's not my forte right now. I haven't been playing Counter Strike long enough to definitely be like a complete player. Um, so yeah, I'm definitely just that's where I'm coming from, and I really like that suggestion from the person who had commented that. So I definitely might give that a shot as well. Maybe possibly even something like Overwatch when it comes out. That looks pretty interesting. I played the beta just a little bit, but I think the full game will be pretty cool. Enough about that. That's probably not why you're here, for me to hear about, all that sort of stuff. So yeah, let's get right into it. Once again, it's not really what I do a lot, but I thought it'd be pretty cool because it gets asked about a lot, especially on like Mouse Review and a few other places. So yeah, let me bring out and this won't be an unboxing, which is what I usually do because I've actually had this basically since it came out. Well, let's do it. So here you have the Corsair Scimitar. Um, Overall, I think this is probably the coolest looking, um, uh, MMO style mouse there's made. I even really like the yellow. Some people like hated it and enough to where they came out with a Corsair Scimitar Black, which is just full black, that's fine if that's your forte. But I for some reason really like this yellow. Um, it doesn't have the crazy Corsair gamer logo on it, the one that's like the crossed swords or whatever it is. But yeah, it has the sails, the old school logo. But yeah, let's get right into it. So basically, this mouse uh, is definitely meant for like, I would say a palm style. You could definitely claw it. I'm trying to get, sorry, in view here. It's fairly short, but it's somewhat wide, if that makes any sense. Um, so basically, I think it lends itself to being a lot more of a palm grip style mouse. Maybe not if you have big hands. You might find yourself clawing it if you have big hands, because like I said, I have baby hands. You would never guess that I played like college baseball or college sports, um, because I have tiny hands. That's like not normal in most like athletes. And all my friends always made fun of me for it. But hey, I could outthrow all of them. I threw about 90 off the mound. I wasn't a pitcher. I was actually a catcher. But yeah, so tiny baby hands. Gist of this story. But yeah, it actually fits me really well. I like this a lot more than I like my Naga or my G600. It just feels way more premium to me. It feels a lot nicer. Uh, and so let's get into some of the stuff I normally review. So basically, here it is. Here's from the top, the side buttons, and let's get into the first few things. First off, like I said, the grip. It has this nice little indent right here. I actually kind of like this. It's a nice spot for either your pinky or your ring finger. I like this a lot. My hand doesn't drag off the side. It feels really nice. Secondly, let's take a look at the side buttons, because these are probably the most important thing in an MMO mouse, at least to me. So let's see how they feel. They have good feedback. I like how they're spaced apart, and I like how they're shaped. Nice square shape all the way across, except for these very end buttons here that are a little rounded off on the sides. That doesn't bother me. I think they're all perfectly shaped and sized. Weirdly enough, I will say one thing that's weird about it is you can kind of see, oh, sorry, I can't tell. Every other row has some like different grip to it. So like the second row here has like a grippy texture to it, or like a, I don't know, roughed style, while the first and third row are slicked. It's kind of weird, but I don't think it really affects anything. Coming to something that's really cool, that I think is really cool for any MMO mouse, and that will make this mouse fit most grip styles. You can push that back. You see that? See, forward, backward. You can basically fit this how you want it to where your grip style is, to where your thumb sits, how exactly you want it. I think that's a really crazy, innovative design for a mouse like this. I think that's awesome. Yeah, so basically that, I think the side buttons are probably the best I've used. Even above the Naga with their mechanical switches and everything like that, I still think these are far better. Let's get on to the mouse 1 and mouse 2. Very good feeling, very, very good feeling. I think that they're right on par with anything else I've felt out there. Maybe not like the G303, which had really awesome clicks, but for an MMO, this should be more than MMO, MOBA, anything like that should be more than plenty. Let's take a look at the scroll wheel. Sorry, the way I grip this is kind of weird. Little to no feedback. I like feedback on my scroll wheel, at least a little bit, but then again, that's for Counter-Strike. It's kind of what I'm basing this off of, because I jump with my scroll wheel, I b-hop, things like that with my scroll wheel, so I kind of like to have that feedback of exactly when it's actuating. That being said, you probably don't need that a ton in an MMO or a MOBA. Tactility is probably not a huge thing, at least for the scroll wheel. You got your DPI button on top. It can go through like 4 or 5 different settings here. I'm not going to switch it because I have it on the setting I like, but these are actually pretty nice. They're not hard to press in, but I think they're just about right. And yeah, and then let's get to the other part. Mouse feet. Once again, you're not usually flicking MMO mouse across a pad, so it's probably not a huge deal that it doesn't have huge mouse feet. That being said, it glides completely fine. And probably one of the last things is the sensor. This is one of the only, I think there's like maybe 1 or 2 other ones, MMO mice that has an optical sensor. Weirdly enough, I actually cannot find a solid answer on what sensor is in here, but I've seen a lot of sources say that the 3988 sensor is in here, which if it was, this would be pretty much one of the, like a top of the line sensor in this mouse, which is pretty crazy considering it's an MMO mouse. The 3988 is like ridiculously good in my opinion. If you watch my last video, I put it at the top of the list, even above the 3360 or 3366. It just feels much more crisp and responsive to me. But don't quote me on that, because I couldn't find anything on Corsair's website or anything like that that stated that, but I will say that that is what they use in a few of their other gaming mice, so it definitely wouldn't be out of the realm of possibility, seeing as how highly priced this mouse is. So I will give you some final thoughts, especially since this wasn't an unboxing. It's a little bit out of the nature. I love it. This is by far, hands down, the best MMO mouse I've used. That being said, I would be completely fine using a Naga or a G600 or whatever, I forget what Roccat makes, anything like that. It's a great mouse. I just don't see a large enough need for the price difference. Maybe if you're looking at like this and maybe like the Naga Ultimate or something like that, because the Naga Ultimate's like what, like $130, and this is 80. I think this was like 80. But yeah, like I said, it's for what the like $30 you can get a G600 for. This isn't $50 better than that, unless you just want the crazy lighting, the slight customization options, and little things like that. That being said, you got a little bit of money to blow. In my opinion, the best MMO gaming mouse out there. I will say, I did forget one thing. Braided cable, not a huge deal if it's not an FPS mouse. It does feel pretty good, feels pretty nice to the touch. Mine's broken in pretty well, so it glides well and everything. I guess all you could really else you could talk about is the lighting on this. It has really good key-by-key lighting, as well as the scroll wheel, these front lighting options, and the back. Sorry, thought somebody came out. But yeah, this has been my Corsair Scimitar. Kind of just general overview. No like sensor responsiveness or anything like that. Like I said, I think this is probably the best MMO mouse I've ever used. Feels really nice. Feels really great to hold, at least in my small hands. I haven't gotten any feedback for somebody with large hands, so sorry about that. But yeah, I would definitely recommend this mouse if you don't really have a budget and you're looking for a great MMO, MOBA, pretty much anything but FPS mouse. It's absolutely great. That being said, short review. Actually, I don't know if this was a short review. Could very well have been a long review. Yeah, quick overview of the Corsair Scimitar. I think a great addition to the Corsair lineup. Yeah, as always, guys, it's been SpiLLi. Hopefully, get a little bit of Counter-Strike gameplay out there, maybe some other stuff, and I will see you guys next time.